Hi there, my name is Sihi and I'm from tcgbandits. We are an online-only TCG store located in Belgium, delivering across Europe. Today I want to dive into the subject buying booster boxes or let's say sealed cases from Japan. In case you don't know it, distribution in Japan is a lot different than we are used to here in Europe or the United States. The distribution is mainly done through Pokémon Center. Yes, of course, shops can also buy from other channels, but those products cost usually a lot more. So a sealed case costs usually a bit more. But most of the product is obtained from Pokemon Center itself. So how do people do that? Because there are, of course, limitations on how many booster boxes a people can buy. So when the pre-orders open for a new set in Japan, people can register, can buy product. They can then, on the release date, go to Pokemon Center and get their boxes. Let's say they can go and get 5 boxes. But let's say you have 500 Japanese people that do that. So everybody goes to pick up their boxes, but they don't want to open it themselves. No. They go to the local stores and they go and sell their boxes to those stores. And in return, those stores will sell their product on the international market. That's how a lot of us obtain product. In the beginning, we bought loose boxes, but at a certain point, we knew about the risks. Well, we learned about the risks. Not that we encountered something like that ourselves, but it made us think. So, to give you an example, Terastal Festival EX. It's a special set, and from the beginning, when that set was released, there were already videos popping up on YouTube how that set could be weighed. Yes, exactly. So that set has a potential God pack, and apparently you could just simply weigh the booster boxes themselves. So you can have an idea where I'm going. So you could simply buy booster boxes from a Japanese supplier, but the chances of getting a God pack could be lower than you think. We wanted to avoid that. So at a certain point, we decided for our business to only buy sealed cases. We made that clear to our supplier in Japan that we only want sealed cases. They said, yes, but you can trust us. The product is fine. I said, I know, I trust you, but still I want to give my customers 100% the guarantee that I get sealed cases and that there is no way that those boxes could be weighed, could be tampered with, nothing at all. There is also another downside to sealed cases. Of course, sealed cases sometimes, when you open them, can have minor defects to the seal from production itself. Okay, when you buy single boxes from a supplier in Japan, they can see those boxes and they can remove that and send you only the good ones with a good seal. If you buy sealed cases, they cannot see that what's inside the box, of course. So that's a risk that you are taking, but to be honest, that's a risk I'm willing to take. Now, I also hinted a bit that a price for a sealed case is higher. That is because a sealed case is usually more difficult to find on the market. So sometimes I need to wait for my supplier to find the case, which is normal. If the demand is high and other people think the same way that we do, that we only buy sealed cases, yeah, we are not the only ones. And then you are practically fighting for a sealed case. And those prices go up as well, especially if it's a high popular set like Super Electric Breaker, Terastal Festival, for example. Not like you look at Battle Partners, for example, or Heatwave Arena. Those are easily to obtain lately. So, but Terastal Festival, yeah, that's a Super Electric Breaker. Whew, that has been a misery. But this way you can get a bit of an idea. Distribution is completely different, but not everybody takes that into account because we are used to how it goes on our end. And we think it's the same in Japan. Pokemon comes from Japan, and English just replicates that. No, that's not true. The distribution is completely different. So most of the single boxes come directly from Pokemon Center. You will also sometimes see that booster boxes are sold without shrink. That is because in some locations, when people go to a store, that they remove the seal. They know that then the value decreases a little bit because the trust factor is also limiting a bit, but that doesn't stop people from buying boxes internationally with no shrink. They cost a bit less, but it's another risk that you will be taking. Yeah? That box could have been opened. Have you taken a close look to those boxes? So we decided not to take any risks and we give the guarantee to our customers. So when you check other websites, anywhere to buy product, do perhaps some research. Can the set be weighed? Is the seller, can they be trusted? Do they buy sealed cases? Do they buy loose boxes? Do they import it themselves into Europe? We do that. We don't buy on the open market in Europe. We buy directly from our supplier in Japan, which we trust. We never had any problems. Be careful when you buy Japanese products. The same counts for Chinese products, because Chinese products are becoming popular very much. Like now the jam packs. You got jam pack 1. For example, those are these boxes. Yeah. You got Jam Pack 2, the Evolutions, which is releasing now in the month of May, which will be, according to me, very popular. And who knows, perhaps they can be weighed as well. Even for these products, the Chinese ones, we only buy sealed cases. Better be safe than sorry. So we don't want to import any product into Europe that is not authentic, because in case if you are a business, this is also something very important that you need to know. If you import something from Japan into Europe, you are responsible for what you have imported. So if you have bought fake product from a supplier in Japan and you are selling it on the open market in Europe, and Pokémon finds out that you are selling unauthenticated product, you are liable. So this is a very big risk, and that's also another reason why we simply don't want to buy loose boxes. We are responsible, ladies and gentlemen. So I like to pay a little bit more for my product to have a better security and also to have better certainty for my customers. I know some people will say, but your prices are a bit too high. Yeah, but if you want some guarantee, then yeah, pay a little bit more. It's a couple of euros. Sometimes it can be 10 euros more, depending which set, of course. But you need to take into account, is that premium worth it to have perhaps a possible God pack in the Terastal Festival? Or do you prefer to buy from someone that buys loose boxes and don't have a guarantee? So that's our take on that Japanese situation. Just we want to tell you that you need to think twice and you need to be sure that you have a good supplier with whom you are talking. Yeah, there are so many people selling product, but not everybody is on the up and up. Not even on the English side. No, there are a lot of people out there that are in there for the ping ping, and yeah, they don't care if you lose money, just as long as they get as much money as they want. So everybody, I hope this video was a bit interesting for you. If you are looking for Japanese booster boxes, Chinese booster boxes, then head over to our website tcgbandits.eu. And if you want to know when we get new product in, subscribe to the newsletter so you will be informed as soon as possible. Also, check out our Instagram, tcgbandits, for interesting posts that we might do on there, or perhaps that we have some promotions or actions or giveaways, you name it. And also like this video, subscribe to the channel, because there is a lot more interesting content coming your way, unboxings, videos like this, informative. And yeah, let us know in the comments if you notice something that we missed or that should be a bit more in detail. Comments are always welcome, and we hope to see you, of course, in one of our next videos. Thanks for watching. Bye.